My name is Chris, and I am a competitive powerlifter, and this is my physique. I built a top 1% physique in the entire world and became a competitive powerlifter in just 2 years of training. And today, I'll be teaching you everything you need to know about breaking through plateaus so you can reach this point in just half the time that took me. Now, there's going to come a point in your training journey that you hit a plateau, right? It's going to happen. There's nothing you can do to stop it. That's just the nature of the game. Now, there are several reasons why you're plateauing, and I'll be going over every single one of those reasons in this video, as well as how you can overcome them. And the first reason is just that you're not eating enough, or you're just not fucking eating at all, right? You gotta understand this shit. Going to the gym and lifting some heavy shit, that's just half the battle. The other half of the battle is diet and recovery, right? And to gain muscle, obviously you need to be eating in a calorie surplus, right? You need to be getting your protein, your fat, your carbs in. You need to be hydrated, right? If you ain't doing any of these four things, then you're going to gain muscle at a slower rate than what you would be if you were getting all your fucking macros in. Now, everybody knows this shit, right? Eating a 300 to 500 calorie surplus, right? But how do you go about finding your maintenance calories? Well, there are two ways you can do this. The first way is you can download any calorie app, put in your info, and it'll spout out some fucking number. Now, that number isn't accurate. It's more of like a guess, but it will get you in the ballpark. So what you can do then is add about 500 calories to that number and track your weight every day. And if you're gaining weight, there you go. You found your maintenance calories. Another way of doing it is more of an instinctual way of doing it. You can simply just eat whenever you're hungry and then track your weight. And if you're not gaining any weight, like your weight stay the same, then that's your maintenance calories. So then add your 500 calories to that. The point I'm trying to get across here is, if you want to gain muscle, then you need to fucking bulk. Right? These fucking mini cuts or main gaining is not going to get you big and strong. But if you want to look pretty, okay, fair enough, right? Do your fucking mini cuts, whatever. But if you want to get big and strong, which I assume you do, because that's the reason why you clicked on this channel in the first place, then you need to bulk. You need to be committed to the fucking bulk, right? That's the only way you go about doing this. The second reason why you're plateauing is that it's just time for you to change shit up. Your body has just gotten used to your routine. So look, let's say you do barbell bench every day for a year straight. In the beginning, your body's going to respond highly to that because your body's thinking, oh shit, the pecs are under a lot of stress. Quick, let's flood them with growth hormones and testosterone so we can get used to the stress. But over time, your pecs get used to the movement and the stimulation, and they don't grow as much, right? That's basically what happens when you plateau in this instance, right? So to remedy this problem, you need to shock the muscle, just like Arnold said, right? So instead of starting with barbell bench, you can change it up. Do a different exercise, right? So for example, in your routine it says start off with barbell bench. You could instead start with dumbbell press, right? Or you could do a different variation of the bench press, right? So for example, let's say instead of doing just conventional touch and go bench, you can do 3 count pause bench, or you can do spoto press. You can even go as little as to just change up the rep range, right? So for example, let's say you're benching in the 5 to 8 range, going heavy as fuck. Instead of benching in the 5 to 8 range, instead what you can do is now bench in the 12 to 15 rep range, right? Doing even as little as this will shock the muscle and help you break through this plateau, right? Which, by the way, my course in the description below delves into this topic in much more detail, as well as give you a complete workout routine that helped me win my first powerlifting competition. So if you're interested, click the link below. No pressure. Now, the third reason of why you're plateauing is because you're just not recovering enough, right? Look, like I said before, going to the gym and lifting heavy shit, that's just half the battle. The other half is your nutrition and recovery, right? And obviously, if you're not fucking recovering, then you're not going to be building muscle, right? That's where you build muscle, is in the recovery phase, right? Now, if your nutrition is on point, you're eating in a calorie surplus, you're getting your macros in, you're hydrated, you're getting your vitamins in like you should, then that's going to be a majority of your recovery right there. Right? But we can always do more to ensure that we are well rested and ready for the next training session. And if you're not sleeping 8 hours a night, then obviously you're not going to be recovering properly. Therefore, your muscles will not be growing as fast as they would be, right? I know this is like shit everybody fucking spouts out today, but look, sleeping is where your body produces testosterone and growth hormones, and it's when it does all of its healing. So safe to say, if you ain't sleeping properly, then you ain't gonna be growing properly either, right? Now, for my recovery routine, what I will do is I will stretch, do my stretch routine, whatever the fuck, and then I will hop into my sauna. I will sit there for like 15-20 minutes, let the heat relax my muscles, and sweat out all those toxins I accumulate throughout the day. Then immediately after that, I will go jump in a cold shower for like 5 minutes. Let the water shock my nervous system. Let my body produce cold shock proteins. And listen, let me fucking tell you. After that, you will sleep so fucking good if you do this shit right before bed. Like, you know how normally you'll toss and turn throughout the night sometimes. You'll fucking wake up, check your phone, see what time it is. Not when you fucking do this. When you do this, as soon as your head hits the pillow, you're fucking out. You're gone. You ain't waking up throughout the entire night at all. You'll sleep like a fucking log, right? And so I want you to implement my recovery routine into your program as well. And I guarantee you that you will see double the gain that you're seeing right now. And if you don't have a sauna, then a hot bath will be just as good, right? Now, the fourth and final reason of why you're plateauing is just because you're trying so hard, right? You need to take your foot off the gas and let your body recover, right? You see, not every problem can be met with just brute fucking force, right? Especially when you plateau, right? I know fucking plateauing's frustrating, right? We want to keep gaining muscle, keep gaining strength, right? But you gotta understand, keep going hard and harder and harder while you're plateauing. It's not gonna help you any. In fact, it's just gonna set you back a step. Maybe even injure you, right? So what we need to do in this situation is we need to take our foot off the gas, take a step back, and just let our bodies recover, right? Think of it like this. Let's say in this example that you just bought yourself a 90s Civic or some shit from Facebook Marketplace, right? And you're going to turn that bitch into a fucking race car. So you finish building it and you take it to a track. There's this guy in front of you, you want to overtake him. There's a hairpin turn coming up. You're both of you braking for the turn, and then you notice there's room to overtake him. You have two options here. Your first option is you say, hey, fuck it, I'm just going to gas this sumbitch and fucking stomp on it and pass him right before going into the fucking corner, right? You will overtake him for like a second or two, but because your line through the corner is so fucking shitty, he's going to pass you coming out of the corner. Now your second option here is you can just take your foot off the gas, enter the corner slower, and that will allow you to get a better line than a dude in front of you, and therefore you will overtake him exiting the corner, right? Same way in like the gym or bodybuilding. Say you're plateauing, right? You can always just fucking say fucking just fucking stomp that bitch, right? Go full throttle, but that ain't gonna fucking get you nowhere. Matter of fact, it's gonna slow your ass down. Or you can take your foot off the gas, take a step back, let your body recover. And that will actually get you a step ahead of where you was before. If all else fails, it's just time for a deload, right? I know, deloads are fucking frustrating. You want to keep going hard in the gym, build muscle, gain size, but look. If your body says it's time for a deload, then by God, it's time for a fucking deload, right? And I promise you, like, during your deload, if you stay active and not be a lazy piece of shit, your body will recover, your nervous system will recover, and you'll come back stronger than what you once was, right? So if you're feeling like your body is just exhausted, your nervous system exhausted, just take your foot off the gas, take a step back and let yourself recover, or just go on a deload, right? It's only going to help you. Alrighty, well, that's everything y'all need to know about plateauing and how to break through a plateau. Again, if you're interested in my course, it'll be in the link below. It'll be in the description below, shit. In this course, I go over everything you need to know about building the top 1% physique. I cover motivation, discipline, nutrition, recovery. I'll even give you my exact workout routine I use to date and that I've been using for 2 years straight. And this routine has helped me build a top 1% physique in the entire world, as well as helped me win my first powerlifting competition. A little disclaimer though, it is a pre-sale, which means the course is not yet complete, but if you act today and buy it, you'll get the course for half off. When I'm done with it, it'll go back up to its full price. So if you want this shit for half off, go check it out. You'll also get 2 bonus modules along with it. I'm excited to have you on. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all today. Don't hit your way out.